Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be installing this HR 66 turn. It's got 11 tooth pinion gear. As you guys can remember, I had blown the motor. I believe it was due to all the extra weight. I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and see if this motor will directly fit into this SCX-24. If not, we might have to do some modifications to the motor mount. I am not sure. I see now, after I bought this, that they make these motor plates designed to bolt these directly on. I had a subscriber had mentioned to me that I might have to drill some holes. I don't know yet, or a hole, but we're going to find out when we get deeper into this. Let's go ahead and get this apart. I'm going to use my Dynamite .050 hex, and we're going to go ahead and get this body removed. This tool has been a real dream for this build so far. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get my magnetic tray in case one of my cats want to come and bomb it. Alright, where should we start? I'm going to go ahead and start by removing the skid plate. Okay, let's see, what else should we do here? This is my first time doing it, but I do believe I want to remove the drive shafts. So I'm just going to kind of turn it till I can get to the screws. So here I have a 1.27 millimeter hex, which fit that just fine. I believe that there's two of them. Okay, so I found it easier. You can access it here on the driver's side of the vehicle a lot easier. You just rotate it and you'll see right here you get easy access to your screws. So I already have the other one pulled out. Just want to make sure that so far all the screws are the same size, and they look like they're the same size, so I'll keep them all together. Okay, and I also want to remove, I believe, this battery tray, because for this whole thing to pop up, I believe we're going to need to remove the battery tray. I want to say there's 4 screws, 2 on each side. That one's on here. Alright, there's the battery tray. Now we can open it up here and see what we got going on. So we can see here that this is the motor battery connection. Just gonna go ahead and unplug that. And let's see, what else do we need to remove here? We got those two, we got them two. Okay, I'm assuming now we have, okay, we have 2 screws right here on the opposite side of the motor. I'm gonna get those out. Okay. These 2 screws are longer. These are the ones that holds these Coda Racing links. Okay, let's see if we can get her to pop out now. Nope, we gotta do them on. Let's see. Oh, okay. Looks like we have 1 screw right here, right by the transmission. Okay, and she's out. Pop these off. Well, here's what your motor looks like. That is the stock motor. Gonna go ahead and get it out. Got to remove this cover. Through here. Through here. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to set these aside. Take this cover off. Well, there's 2 there. Oh, looks like we have 2 more over here on this back side. All right. Okay. Just so you guys know, on the motor side, these screws are much smaller. So we'll just have to remember that when we're putting it back together. It shouldn't be too difficult to figure that out or to remember. Well, there's our gears there. I'm going to go ahead and check the mesh, which it seems like it's kind of, I don't know. Feels pretty good. Feels like the proper mesh. Seems a little tight for me, but maybe being these gears so tiny, maybe they want a little tighter of a mesh there. So let's go ahead and remove the spur gear. Okay, what I have here is a 4.0 box. Okay, now first what I want to do is take note on the spur gear, which I will remember. I believe there's only one way it goes on properly. Is if you look here, you'll see that there's a raised end on this side, and this goes to the back, and then this part here is a lot smaller. I don't know if you guys can see that on video, but just remember that this goes to the back. So now we can go ahead and pull apart the motor. It's these two screws right here, and I guess that's a different size. Let's try our 1.27, different size, and this will be a 1.5 millimeter. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this apart, and here's your stock blown motor. Now let's go ahead and take this this hot racing, looks like part number SXTF50M11. I will link this in the description below if you're interested. Now I bought this under the assumption that it was a direct bolt-on, and then I was told by a subscriber that it's not a direct bolt-on. So we're going to find out real quick. As a matter of fact, before I go through all this and drilling holes, and I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and put a battery on there and make sure that the cause of this is the motor. Because assuming if the motor doesn't spin, maybe my stock motor is still good. Pretty easy to figure this out. You have your white end on the motor, same as on the stock motor. You have your white tab there, and then your red is always your battery. It's even labeled on the top. So I heard that if you plug them in wrong, you could actually literally blow your motor, or blow your ESC / receiver combo dealy thing. I'm going to go ahead and power on the radio. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my battery. Let's power on the truck, and let's see if this motor is going to spin. There it goes. Not sure if you guys can hear that or see that pinion spinning. I can confirm that. We'll plug in the old motor. And nothing. Alright, now back to installing the motor. So what I'm going to do is just kind of pop it in there and see what's going to be needed. Okay. I don't think this is going to be a direct bolt-on at all. No. So if the holes are like this, it is not bolting on. Okay guys, I don't want to mess up this stock motor mount. So what I'm going to do is order the back plate that's designed for this motor. That way we don't have to do any customized drilling. I'm not interested in doing that. I'll put this aside until I get that motor plate in. I just feel more comfortable because when I go to give this thing away, I want to be able to have all the stock parts with it too. So stay tuned guys. Part 2 will come out probably in a week when I get the motor plate in. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.